investigated for allegedly ordering the National Fire Agency to cut electricity and water to media outlets. Meanwhile, former President Yoon Suk-yeol attended his fifth trial hearing today at the Seoul Central District Court. Furthermore, former 1st Airborne Brigade Commander Lee Sang-hyun was summoned as a witness in the same trial. The investigation is being led by the National Office of Investigation's Special Team. Police are also reviewing testimonies submitted to the National Assembly, Constitutional Court, and other agencies. A nationwide meeting of judges today ended without issuing a statement on the controversy surrounding presidential candidate Lee Jae-myung's election law violation case. Held at the Judicial Research and Training Institute in Goyang, the meeting had 87 to 90 of 126 members attending. The judges debated whether to release a statement on judicial independence and fairness following the Supreme Court's swift decision to return Lee's case for retrial. With opinions split, they voted 54 to 34 to resume discussions after the June 3rd election. The council rarely postpones debate, but concerns over influencing the election led to the decision to delay further action. In local news, the Busan Election Commission has confirmed 914 polling stations for the 21st presidential election, with 90-70% in accessible locations. Voters can check their polling place via local systems or the National Election Commission website. Voting guides and candidate brochures have been mailed to households. Shipboard voting is also underway from today to 29th, involving 3,051 voters aboard 454 ships captained by Korean nationals, including almost 800 from Busan. Ballots are cast on board and sent via fax to the National Election Commission, then forwarded to local election offices. Shipboard voting, introduced in 2012, applies to presidential and National Assembly elections. The city of Busan has allocated 566.4 billion Korean won in its second supplementary budget for 2025, aiming to support low-income residents, small businesses, and future industries. Key measures include concert ticket exchanges for small business purchases, allowances for farmers and fishers, youth moving support, and life jacket distribution for fishing crews. Investments will also go to mobility and quantum tech projects, cruise tourism, and expanded welfare programs, including rental support, child's birth aid, and public health services. Funds are also set aside for public transit and infrastructure improvements. In international news, North Korea has arrested a fourth official over the failed launch of a new warship that has enraged the country's leader Kim Jong-un. Lee Hyung-sun, deputy director of the ruling Workers' Party Munitions Industry Department, was largely responsible for the serious accident last week. The 5,000-ton destroyer has tipped over and damaged its hull in what Kim had described as a criminal act that severely damaged the country's dignity and pride. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan is mostly clear with a temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. The temperature will average around 16 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sea means many things. It can represent something vast and endless, or symbolize a heart that embraces everything. At times it stands for infinite possibilities. In Busan, the sea is not just a scenic backdrop, it's a way of life. From the early morning bustle of the fish markets to the calm of the evening shores, the sea adds rhythm to the daily lives of the people here. So what does the Sea of Busan mean to you? Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick off this Monday with Like That by Baby Monster.
Look upon your face, something my mind cannot embrace. If I keep staring, then my eyes might have to start to walk your way. I wanna hear what you would say. You got high standards, and I do too. 'Cause all those girls know what you need, but I know the way to make sure you never leave. If I come close, baby, would you like that? If I give some, would you give it right back? If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? Say you want love, boy, know what that means. Make it feel way better than in your dreams. If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that?
Yeah, it's like that. How
Like
you running
that.
right back? Know you're on the right track. Queen Nate.
Like that.
I be thinking way too much, I need to let it go. You be running through my mind, I'ma let it show.
See nobody stepping up to me and saying nothing when I'm calling you, be running out of hour, never fronting, yeah, we're on it, but we're starting on and on and on and on and to the top, baby boy, baby roll.
'Cause all those girls know what you need. The way to make sure you never leave. If I come close, baby, would you like that? If I give some, would you give it right back? If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? Say you want love, boy, I know what that means. Make it feel way better than in your dreams. If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? In my arms, in my arms, my arms. Say you need to be in my arms, in my arms, that's where you need to be. But I know the way to make sure you never leave. If I come close, baby, would you like that? If I give some, would you give it right back? If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? Say you want love, boy, you know what that means. Make you feel way better than in your dreams. If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? If I come close, baby, would you like that? If I give some, would you give it right back? If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that? Say you want love, boy, I know what that means. Make it feel way better than in your dreams. If I show you that I know where it's at, baby, would you like that? Baby, would you like that?
Like That by Baby Monster, our opening song this Monday here at For Your Busan. Welcome to the show, one and all. My name is Nick, and I'm very happy to finally say it's a nice day today. Last week was so grey, miserable, quite chilly as well. The weather has definitely perked up and the sun is out, so hopefully those are good signs for the week to come. We've got people messaging in as well. Cecilia and him saying it's hot here, 26 degrees in Tegan. Well, you've got us beat. It's, what was it, like 22 here, 24? Let me check. It's, my app says it's 21, but my app is always wrong. So, Tegan seems a lot hotter. Stay safe, my friend. Well, a good thing about having hot weather in Busan is that we have the beach. And when people usually think of Busan, the image of the sea is often the first thing that comes to mind. But what comes to your mind when you think of the sea? You might think of vacations, a refreshing breeze, or even the color blue. The sea also carries a symbolic meaning of vastness, freedom, and endless possibility. That's why, when we talk about something being immense or limitless, we often use the word sea. And right now in Busan, there's another kind of sea waiting, not of water, but of performance, known as the Sea of Theatre. The 22nd Busan International Performing Arts Festival, the city's largest performing arts celebration, set sail last Friday at the Busan Cinema Center in Haeundae for a 10-day journey. This year's theme is regeneration and balance. The opening play was a reinterpretation of a Greek tragedy, and the closing performance will be The Vegetarian, directed by an Italian director, which is a bold theatrical adaptation of the novel by Han Gang, winner of the 2024 Nobel Prize in Literature. Now this year, 58 performers come from 14 countries and are participating. Outdoor performances like the 10-Minute Theatre invite street artists and citizens to join in, while workshops and forums led by renowned directors add to the excitement. If you're ready to dive into a new kind of sea, don't miss this chance to experience the International Theatre Festival in Busan. Exciting stuff right there. When the summer rolls around, I do love all of this culture stuff that goes on. It's good to see lots of people messaging in. As always, Benny Nim coming in bright and early saying, "Hi Nick, Ang PD and everyone. Happy last Monday of May. Thank you for reminding us, my friend. We are very close to the halfway point of 2025. Cecilia Nim as well saying, "Hi everyone. Good to see you, Cecilia. Hope you're beating the heat up in Tegan." Drift Monkey Nim coming in with how much he's benching, 45 kilogram curls, 3x8 and 120 kilogram squats, 5x5. Bench time. Benches. Watch your back, my friend. I had to stop doing benches because I have a bad back, and my back always threw out whenever I tried to do no, sorry, not benches, squats. Deadlift. I'm thinking of deadlifts. That's how long I haven't done them in. Work hard, my friend, but work safe. We also have Jin Lee Nim. Hello, welcome. Saying, hi, Nick. Good to see you, Jin Lee Nim. Happy Monday to you. I hope your weekend was fantastic. Sangmin Park Nim as well. Fantastic to see you. Welcome to the show. And anyone else who is joining just now, hope you had a great weekend. Feel free to message in at any time. If you want to message, but you're not quite sure what to say, I'm going to give you the question of the day. Today's text topic, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽입니다. 감독이 되어서 부산을 주제로 영화를 만든다면 어디에서 첫 촬영을 하고 싶으신가요? If you were to become a director, a movie director, and you were going to make a movie about Busan, where would you film your first scene? There you go. Maybe you want to think back to the classic Busan films like 친구, or where they were first filmed. There's a lot of places to choose from. You could choose, of course, Haeundae, Gwangali, the iconic places of Busan. If you wanted some kind of beach vibe, I guess. If you wanted something more traditional, maybe somewhere closer to Nampodong or Jagalchi. Lots of places to choose from. Let me know if you were to become a movie director in Busan, where would your first shot be filmed in the city? Send your messages to #9050, sharp 9050, should cost you 101, Kakao Talk message, or a YouTube live comment. Okay, I'm going to let you know what's coming up in today's show. We're going to have Busan Times, where we catch up on the day's top stories in Busan with news anchor Claire Kim. Nick's Deep Dive is after that. Time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. And then B.I.G Big Tour with Jimmy, where he takes us to the hottest spots, events and festivals around Busan. On the mic will follow stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of the city, Quiz Master as well, a daily interactive quiz time with a prize, and Busan's Tale, a storytelling segment with Haley where we explore fascinating and less known tales about the city of Busan that even locals might not know about. There is a lot coming your way, so send me your messages, get involved. Let's have a great couple of hours to fight those Monday blues. Don't go anywhere because Busan Times is coming up now.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, one and all, to For Your Busan. It is time for Busan Times, and joining me is Claire.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good, very good.
Good weekend?
Yes.
Settling into your new house?
Yes, finally.
Does it still have that new house dusty smell, or is that kind of gone?
No, it's kind of gone.
It's kind of gone. That's good. That's good. Before we dive in, I want to ask you, text topic. If, I know last time you said you're not really a movie person. 그래도 감독이 되어서
Still, yes.
if you were going to make a movie about Busan, where would you film your first scene?
I think the iconic scene is like the Yeongdo 다리.
Oh,
Busan,
that's a good one. Yeah, it's very historical.
Yeah,
And it looks cool.
like the scene of that.
Yeah. What would be the genre of your movie? Not a horror.
I don't. Not a horror.
Not a horror. The bridge that never opened.
I like the family entertainment.
Oh, like
kind of
happy
light.
stuff.
Yeah, happy stuff.
I feel like Busan would suit that kind of vibe. Families reconnecting on the Yeongdo 다리.
Yeah, like a 국제시장 kind of vibe.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That's nice. Yeah, the Yeongdo area is a perfect place, I think. Lots of history. I love horror and sci-fi movies.
Oh,
so I don't know how I could... I guess Busanhang kind of...
Yeah, kind of.
But it's not really set in Busan, is it? Set on the way to Busan.
On the way, yes.
But I feel like Busan would be the good setting of a good sci-fi horror movie. I don't know, like...
Lots of hills.
Lots of hills.
You can run.
Yeah, something like
With
that. Yeah,
zombies.
There you go. You got the spirit. You got the idea. Lots of interesting answers coming in. I'll get to very soon. But for now, we're talking about things going on around the city. What are we diving into first?
Okay, the first today marks the kickoff of Ocean Week 2025, and Busan is right at the helm. Running from today to 28th, this 3-day event is all about shaping the future of Korea's marine industries, and it's taking place across major venues with Bexco at the center.
Okay, so who's involved in this?
Practically everyone who's anyone in the ocean sector. We're talking about the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, public corporations, research institutes, marine industry leaders, associations, and universities, all gathering to discuss new growth opportunities in marine fields.
Wow, it sounds like a big ship to steer. What are the highlights?
Well, it kicked off this morning with an official opening ceremony and a talk concert led by top officials. Mayor Park Kyung-jun, the Vice Minister of Oceans and Fisheries, the Chair of the City Council, and leaders in education and business were all there to declare the official start of Ocean Week.
Okay, so what's the talk concert all about?
It's centered around the theme, The Sea for Future Generations. Experts from education, research, and marine industries had a deep discussion on the future vision of the ocean, especially how we pass it on to the next generation in terms of economy, science, and environment.
Okay, so it's not just a ceremony, it's a strategy and a conversation.
Exactly, and the conversation continues with the Marine Economy Forum tomorrow, where they'll cover marine functional materials and even dive into Arctic shipping routes and their economic potential. Then on Wednesday morning, we've got the online marine conference where they'll be talking about the intersection of marine data and AI, along with ways to boost maritime finance and urban planning around North Port.
Sounds pretty cutting edge.
It is the online format also means anyone can join in through the official Ocean Week platform. It's all about making marine innovation more inclusive.
And also I heard there's a summit too.
Yes, on the final day, Wednesday afternoon, there's the Marine Industry Leaders Summit focused on collaboration across government, academia, and business. They'll cover marine mobility, the future of maritime industries, and even give out awards to individuals making big contributions to Busan's marine development. Among these year's honorees are researchers, academics, and grassroots leaders who've helped push the city's ocean strategy forward.
Okay, so Busan's not just riding the waves, it's charting the course.
That's the message. And the Mayor Park also referenced the success of last month's Our Ocean Conference, emphasizing that Busan's becoming a true global maritime hub.
Great stuff. All right then, what do we have next?
So big news from City Hall. Busan has announced a 566.4 billion Korean won supplementary budget for 2025. That's a 3.3% increase over the original annual budget of about 17 trillion won. And it's designed to support everything from job creation to transport and welfare.
Oh wow, so all of this funding, where's it going to go?
So there are 4 major focus areas. First one is economic vitality, and Future Industries, which is 85.1 billion won, is being invested in SMEs, startups, tech innovation, and green digital transitions. Second one, public welfare, with 53.4 billion won, will go toward helping vulnerable citizens, supporting seniors and people with disabilities, and expanding childcare and maternity support.
Okay.
Third one, urban safety and health, which is with 52.6 billion won for disaster prevention, public health services, and safety infrastructure. And lastly, quality of life with 78.4 billion won for upgrading public transport, building parks, and improving daily convenience across the city.
Wow, it seems like that's a lot of ground covered, lots of a wide variety and range of things they're going to be funding. Are there any specific programs worth noting?
Yes, several creative and practical ones. For example, there's a small business receipt concert initiative that lets you trade receipts from local businesses for concert tickets. The city is really encouraging spending in the local economy.
Love it. And youth support?
Absolutely. There's funding for youth housing assistance, job incentives, and even moving cost subsidies. The city also plans to boost the RISE program for regional innovation in higher education, linking local universities with employment opportunities.
Okay, and what about transportation?
Plenty of updates there too. The Dongbek Pass, Busan's integrated transport discount card, will go mobile later this year, plus LTER upgrade for subway communication, the Mandok-Sentum Expressway completion, and the Hadan-Noksan subway line construction are all part of the plan.
That seems like a solid investment in the city's future.
That's the spirit behind it. Mayor Park described it as part of Busan's mission to be a happy citizen city and a global hub, all while making everyday life better for residents.
Fantastic stuff. Lots of financial support, which is only a good thing.
Yes.
Now coming up next, we've got something a bit more grounded, something wet, something watery, from what I can see. What are we talking about?
As part of Busan Environmental Education Week, the 2025 Nakdong Estuary Wetland Experience event is happening on June 7th and 8th at Ulsuk-do and the Nakdong Estuary Eco Center.
So what kind of experience are we talking about?
It's hands-on and family-friendly. There will be personalized wetland experience programs, interactive booths, a children's drawing competition, walking tours through the forest and water trail, and even a one-night eco camp for the full immersive experience.
Sounds like a great way to engage kids and adults as well with nature.
Exactly. The event highlights the ecological value and biodiversity of the Nakdong Estuary. The city wants citizens to appreciate the wetlands as a vital part of Busan's natural heritage. Online registration opens today at 10 a.m. And on the Eco Center site, but there's also on-site sign-up available.
I love it. So we've got marine summits, budget blueprints, and muddy boots all on a Monday.
Busan doesn't do slow starts to the week, that's for sure.
For sure not. Claire, thank you very much, as always, for bringing us invaluable news about the city of Busan. Packed as ever, and I look forward to what you're going to bring tomorrow.
Yes, sure, for sure.
All right, bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be right back. This is 돌멩이 by Boy Next Door.
것도 아닌데 될 것 같아 나 솔로 No 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 원할 리 없는 올해 선물은 이별 You know my birthday
아니 처음으로 돌아갈 수만 있다면 내가 너를 버리겠어 가능할 리 없겠지만 그때 내가 먼저 널 쳐버리겠어 I don't know what to love 한 잔은 네가 간지러워
이제부터 L-O-V-E hate these words 기가 차겠지만 I hate these words L-O-V-E hate these words 날 보이지 마 Oh I'm gonna be aware I'll break your window now
반쯤은 나간 멘탈 날 때부터 글러먹었단 묘욕해 장난감을 뺏긴 7살 아이처럼 부모님 앞에서도 run I know it ain't right L-O-V-E hate this road 기가 차지만 I hate this L-O-V-E hate this world 날 버리지 마 I'm gonna be a rock and break your window now 내 맘이 깨졌던 것처럼 I'm gonna be a rock and break you for your love 넌 네 마음 모를 테니까 Now we'll be rock 새벽은 이제 잠을 설쳐 나의 탓은 날까 I don't care now care it out should 없겠지 I'm gonna be a rock and break your window now 내 마음이 깨졌던 것처럼 I'm gonna be a rock and break you for your love 넌 네 마음 모를 테니까 I hate you I love you I hate you 이럴 바엔 난 I hate you I love you I hate you 소리가 나
내게 탐구생활. A few days ago, I found a letter in my mailbox and opened it with a happy smile. Of course, it turned out to be a bill. Well, it does feel like we live in an era where it's almost strange to expect a real letter anymore. There was a time when people would pour their hearts onto paper, seal it in an envelope, and send it off with hope and anticipation. Handwritten letters once carried love, longing, and everyday stories across time and distance. But today, in a world where messages are sent instantly and emojis express our emotions, the quiet magic of waiting for a handwritten letter has nearly disappeared. And yet sometimes, that magic washes ashore. Near Stogi Beach in Poland, 2 10-year-old boys were walking along the World War II fortifications when they discovered something special. It was an old glass bottle containing a faded love letter written in 1959. The letter was written by a girl named Risia to someone she called Bunny. In it, she spoke of her lonely school life and cherished memories. This letter not only gives us a glimpse into daily life at the time, but also into the emotions people felt. Bunny probably never received the letter, but thanks to that, we now have the rare chance to read someone else's love story. In an age where messages disappear in 24 hours and conversations vanish with a scroll, this letter quietly lingered through time. A message that floated for decades reminds us of the enduring power of handwritten words and how they can preserve emotions far longer than we might ever expect. Sure has been a long time since I've written a letter. When I do go to write, I almost feel like I've forgotten how to write. I have to think about it when I write certain letters. It's quite scary, actually, that we do all of our writing in typing format. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the show. It's 4:29 in the afternoon. Got some messages coming in, which is always nice to see. We have messages related to today's text topic, and that is, if you were to become a movie director and you were filming a movie in Busan, where would you choose your first location to film? 만약에 감독이 되어서 부산을 주제로 영화를 만든다면 어디에서 첫 촬영을 하시겠습니까? Where would you do your first filming? That's today's text topic. We've got some messages coming in. We have Benny Nim saying, for me, the first scene will be at Centum and at the Cinema Center, if they were a director. And the title will be Journey to Busan to Incheon in 30 days. Is that like a reverse of Busanheng from the zombie movie, Journey to Incheon from Busan in 30 days? Or maybe it's a romantic movie. Maybe I've got totally the wrong idea. We have Soinim as well. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Saying 주말 잘 보내셨나요? I had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for asking. And I hope you did too. It's wonderful to see you as always. Also mentioning 부기's movie. saying 부기가 영화 감독한다고 펀딩 받더라고요. 그래서 9번째로 가장 큰 금액 후원했는데 우리 부기 영화 빨리 보고 싶어요. It would definitely be interesting to see. If it's got that much funding, it's got high expectations for sure. I'm sure it'll be fascinating, right? I might have to see it. Also saying 저는 다대포 해변에서 어느 하루 일어나는 일을 홍상수 스타일로 한 편 찍어보고 싶네요. Or I can almost see that in my head, that style. And 다대포 really would suit that kind of vibe. That's a good idea. 다대포 해수욕장. That would be a great location, I think. We also have Jinli Nim saying 닉은 주말 너무 잘 보냈나 봐요. 목소리가 목소리가 꿀 보이스라고 하셨어요. Thank you very much. I did have a pretty good weekend. I'm not sure why it sounds like this right now. I didn't have that much fun. Don't worry. Not too 적당히 fun, right? Not too much. Cecilia Nim saying the title of my movie would be At 해운대, a love story. Ooh. I saw someone at the beach and they had a crush on each other. Ooh. And then 얼레리 꼴레리. What does that mean? 무슨 뜻이에요? Like 꽁냥꽁냥? Okay. Kind of making fun. That sounds cute. That sounds very cute. I like that, Cecilia Nim. Lots of different vibes here with this. 고수님 as well. Welcome to the show. saying 제가 만약에 영화 감독이 된다면 첫 촬영지는 바닷가 강이 아닌 점포 카페 거리 혹은 해리 단길 배경으로 하겠습니다. 이유는 사람들이 주는 에너지를 느낄 수 있을 것 같아요. That's a really interesting take. Not the typical places of the sea, the ocean, which everyone would think of, but the cafe streets, the artisan coffees where lots of people are bustling, going on dates. I like that. I like that vibe. That would suit maybe like a Wes Anderson kind of story, kind of colourful pastels. Very unique story, I think. Okay, we've also got Raration님 coming in saying 안녕하세요. 행복한 월요일 되세요. 자전거 안 타다 오랜만에 60km 정도 탔는데 wow, that's got to really hurt your muscles. And then they said they got a lot of they got burnt. Their skin basically they caught a lot of sun and their muscles are very stiff and painful. You know, doing a lot like that, you know, 안 타다가 갑자기 오랜만에 그렇게 60km 하시면 it's gonna hurt, Raration님. Take some time to relax for a few days or a few weeks and then get back to it. But hopefully that's sparked another joy to go cycling more often. Gain some muscle that way. Thank you for your message. Busan Ajinim as well. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? I had a good weekend. Thanks for asking. Everyone, send your messages to me. Where would you film your first scene of a Busan movie if you were to become a movie director? Pound 9050, 샵 9050, to cost 101, KakaoTalk message or YouTube live comment. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back with Jimmy for our next segment, B.I.G Tour. Before that, this is Letter to Myself by Tegan.
I wrote a letter to myself 서투르게도 설레리는 마음속 더 깊이 눌러왔던 말 그 어떤 말보다 널 잃지 않았으면 해 길 잃은 채 헤매던 매일 그늘진 마음 그 끝에 여전히 변치 않은 내가 있었어 I could be good, I could be bad 어렵고 어리던 내게 그 아픔 위로 다시 널 위로하고 싶어 끌어안은 상처 따윈 it's only hurting you I wrote a letter to myself 서투르게도 설레리는 마음속 더 깊이 눌러왔던 말 다 쏟아낸 순간 선명해 voices in my head My head, my head, my head, my head 내가 나를 잃은 모든 밤 기억을 다르게 채워가 숨겨왔던 단어들로 솔직한 이야기를 적어 이제야 말하는 날 미워하지만 멍든 마음과 흉터마저
이번 역은 부산역입니다.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 4:37 in the afternoon, and joining me in the studio is Jimmy for B.I.G Tour.
Hello, Jimmy in the building.
How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Nice weather.
Yes, yeah, it is beautiful weather.
It is.
It must be difficult to play tennis in, or do you play indoors?
Indoors and outdoors. Like
Okay.
every weekend, I go outdoors, and during the weekdays, I usually play indoor court.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. You're going to have to play indoors when the weather gets too hot.
I know. That's why I actually bought like that mask and the cover to like cover my skin and everything. Otherwise, I'm just gonna like turn really dark.
Oh, to protect yourself from the
Yeah.
sun, rash guard.
Right.
Hey, that's awesome though. So, before we dive in, I want to ask you today's text topic.
Yeah.
If you were to become a 감독, movie director, and you had to make a movie based around Busan, where would you film your first scene?
Nick, honestly, it's depending on the genre that I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
But like, for example, if it's kind of like I don't know, like action movie,
Action, okay.
I would just take my actors and actresses to somewhere like under the bridge. That would be somewhere near like Cheonpo-dong area. Or like 서면, 범일동.
Okay.
That's where like pretty much the same location where the friend 친구 took the place.
Right.
That area. Or if it's something like romance or comedy,
Yeah.
I would just take it somewhere like near Haeundae Beach or Marine City area or maybe 청사포.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be romantic.
Yeah.
You had to fight through all the people taking pictures there, though.
Right.
That's a good point, actually. If I had to do an action movie, I think the Gwangan-daegyo would make a really good action sequence. Because, you know, in most movies, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco is where most, monsters attack and
True.
where everything happens.
Yeah.
Gwangan-daegyo would be a good location
Right.
for that. They did Black Panther in
They did.
Gwangali, didn't they? But it
Right.
was kind of like they filmed in Gwangali and then a little bit in Nampodong.
Yeah.
It was kind of, they made it look like the same area.
Right.
But,
But obviously,
Yeah. Have to do it better than that.
Right.
So you're here for B.I.G Tour. This is where you basically go around to the events and festivals happening in Busan and you interview people, you find out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, especially as for this one, I actually went to Busan Cinema Center last Saturday, and then I've met like massive people from all over the places because there was a 2025 global gathering event.
Right. Okay.
You've heard of it, I'm
yes,
sure.
I have indeed. So you went there. Tell us a bit. You summarize the highlights.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean, the Busan Global Gathering is an annual multicultural festival that celebrates the diverse international communities residing in Busan and organized by Busan Metropolitan City. And this event actually aims to promote cultural exchange and global citizenship among residents and visitors. So it's like an annual event.
Right. Interesting. I get confused because in England we have a festival called Global Gathering, but it's a music festival.
Oh.
So it's just a huge party.
Well, here was
Yeah,
also music too.
Oh, that's good. This is music, but focusing on multiculturalism,
True.
right? Yeah, which is awesome. Great stuff. So, what were the highlights of this festival?
Well, like tons of, there were like representing over 35 countries. So they set up each booth to represent themselves and then offering like traditional crafts and food and etc. And also there was international performances.
Yeah.
And then so on the main stage, people dance and sing, and also there was music.
Yeah.
And also the world food experiences. I actually got to taste some of those naan, Indian food there.
Amazing.
And also interactive activities, and a lot of international schools, which is based in Busan, also participated as well.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, anything where there's lots of different cultures, the food is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I do love going to taste and you just go to each stall and it's just an explosion. I went to one a few months ago. It was in the Biff Center. And I remember eating some, I had some Uzbekistan food. I love Uzbekistan food.
Really?
And then I had some Nigerian desserts. And then I had a bit of curry as well on the side.
Ooh.
It was just an explosion of different spices and flavors. It was just phenomenal.
Definitely. That's kind of the way how I felt too.
Yeah. So there were also activities there, I guess, right? Like games, culture 체험 같은 거?
Sure. Hands-on activities like drawing, and then they actually get to make some kind of those traditional costumes, and kids could also make something for themselves as like a hands-on activities,
For sure.
and also like a networking opportunities too. You get to like connect with members of the international community, and then all the people from, all the international residents who are actually based here in Busan. So
Okay, get a bit of get a bit of I guess connections.
Yeah.
Widen your web of people. So we also have 고수님 saying 잘생긴 프랜차이즈 지민호 환영합니다. Welcome.
감사합니다.
The franchise of 지민호 잘생김, of course.
Right.
All right, so you got some interviews at Global Gathering Festival. Who did you interview first?
Well, as for this time, I actually got to interview one of our VIP, a GM of International Cooperation Affairs Department in Busan Global City Foundation.
Okay.
So let's check out the first audio clip together. Hello, may I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. And I'm Kyungsim Yan. I'm a general manager of International Cooperation Department of Busan Global City Foundation.
It's my pleasure meeting you. And then, as you know, it's the 20th edition of the Global Gathering. And then could you briefly just introduce a concept of this Global Gathering this year?
This annual event is to provide a place for all the global citizens get together to understand not only about that the nationalities, ethnicities, and cultural heritages and legacies. So it's very rare chance to all the countries from on the earth. So I think it's not just a festival, but also enhancing awareness of globalization and how we can coexist together.
Wow. What are some of the differences for previous years and this year's event?
Okay. I believe that it's the first thing I can say is that this year is 20th anniversary of this event. 20 years too long.
Of course.
2 decades we maintain our all efforts to embrace all global citizens, especially in Busan. It's not limited to the Busan area, and that is the very important thing. And second difference from the previous year is that more variety of the performances, not only from Busan, and I think that the number of participants. So today's event, we have around 30 countries. They run 90 booths on the same place. It's very bigger than previous years.
Yeah, I could tell because I was also here last year, and it's amazing this year as well. So lastly, how would you define a global gathering from your explanation?
I can say, if I selected just only one keyword, it can be harmony.
Harmony. Thank you so much for the detailed explanation. I'm already waiting for the next year's global gathering already.
Yes.
So yeah, have a good one, and then I hopefully get to interview you next year as well.
Thank you for having me today, and it's very honor to talk about this event as just a step of Global City Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic
Yeah,
stuff.
she was a Yeonggyung-sim Bujang of Busan Global City Foundation. And then, she actually gave us a brief explanation about this global gathering.
Okay, great stuff. I like it. And now, in your second one, you interviewed somebody not from Korea. You interviewed someone from another culture. Who did you interview?
Yeah, I actually got to interview this guy from India, Debashis, and also known as Paul. So we actually talked about the overview of this global gathering. So let's check out the second audio clip together. Hi, may I know your name and where you're from?
I'm Debashish. I'm from India. I'm working as a postdoctoral researcher in Busan National University.
All right. We're actually here at Busan Cinema Center for the global gathering. Is this your first visit?
Yeah, this is my first visit.
How do you feel about it?
It's too good, too gorgeous. I'm just enjoying my life, enjoying the time of a year.
Okay, so what have you explored so far?
I went to many stalls, from different countries. They're showcasing their food, their culture. I'm enjoying their food, enjoying their culture, knowing people, making new friends. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you recommend this global gathering to those people and the listeners who actually haven't visited here yet?
Yeah. It's like we're coming to a new place from your country. You come over here, you meet people from your country, from other countries. You make friends. You know how is the culture of and you can showcase your culture. we can see the culture of other people, and it's good for everyone.
So I want to ask something. Did you eat the naan bread and stuff because you talked to Paul? Yeah.
Well, no, I actually got to taste them before.
Okay.
And honestly, I kind of denied several times because I'm on a diet. But then I just couldn't really say no to it.
You can't deny Indian food, man.
That's what
It's
I'm
so
talking
good.
about. I was like, I hesitated.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no, yeah, I'll have it.
Yeah,
Right.
That's awesome. Brilliant stuff. So it's great to hear lots of different cultures coming from around the world, all in this global gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you interviewed someone else from a different part of the world, this time in Europe, right?
Yeah, I actually got to interview Alexia from Germany. So let's check out the last audio clip together. Hello, may I know your name and where you're from?
Hey, my name is Alexia. I'm from Germany, but I'm living in Busan.
Okay, is this your first visit for this global gathering event?
Yes, this is my first time.
And then, how do you feel about it?
It's been great. It's really nice exploring other cultural bands, so enjoying it.
What have you done so far?
I went to the Kayla Cafe to meet some friends, but also explored around, went to the Canyon stand and also saw some really nice Indonesian music.
Okay, so would you recommend this to your maybe friends back home or any of the listeners who actually haven't visited here yet?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a great experience, so I like the atmosphere. It's good.
All right, thank you so much.
She sounded like she was enjoying herself. Like in typical, I guess, German or European fashion, they're having more fun than they express themselves to be having.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got to meet all these people from all over the world. And then I just thought that, why don't they just kind of held this event for like maybe 2 days or even more? Because one day is not enough.
You put up all these stalls and you have all of this huge stuff going on. One day is 좀 많이 아까운 것 같아요.
Right.
If it was a couple of days, people who couldn't make it can come on the other day.
Yeah.
And it's just a better chance to, if you really loved a particular food or a type of experience, you can go back and do it again.
I know.
If the food is good, I would go straight back.
See, that's what I do though. Every time when I go to those events, I actually focus on work, like to interview people.
Yeah.
And then if I like the event, I go on the next day or so. But as for this one, I just couldn't do that.
Jimmy, it was a lot of fun taking us to Global Gathering, and I really look forward to next week.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be right back. This is Toxic by Meow.
They will never know the way I feel. Won't give up, but I told you what I need. Get yourself together, please. Got a taste so bitter. Come back talking sweet. Reconsider. They call me naive, but I'll find you when you leave. I never read the signs. Driving with no lights. Baby, I feel mine. Over you. Guess we'll never know when it's time to go. Hell is not the same without you. Together we're so toxic, but your love is something I can't lose. They don't know you like I do. Together we're so toxic, but my life is nothing without you. Yeah, I know you feel it too. The way you got me wrapped around your finger, I just wanna make the story stop. Then again, when you hold me, I know that you're everything I want. So you, I don't like it how we pick fights, baby. No, I should leave you, but I'ma ride or die, baby. Locked in it, all in it. I should've known, but I never read the signs. Driving with no lights, baby, I've been blind. Over you, guess we'll never know when it's time to go. Heaven's not the same without you. Together we're so toxic, but your love just like you. We go up and down on this roller coaster, push away when we getting closer. We say it's over, but it's you know you ain't been no angel. All the times you got my heart in the danger, but I'm doing it too, I'm just like you. We go up and down on this roller coaster, push away when we getting closer. We say it's over, but it's never.
That was Toxic by Meow. Welcoming you back to For Your Busan. It's 4:53 in the afternoon. We're coming to the end of the first half of the show, but there is still another half to go, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Busan added a messaging in saying what they did on Saturday, which is very impressive, saying 저는 토요일에 이 트레드밀 위에서 3km running 했어요. Wow, that's not a small amount. Did you run, sprint, walk? Regardless, 잘하셨습니다. It's great that people use their weekend to exercise. I have a very healthy group of community listeners right here, which is fantastic. Cyclers, squatter deadlifters, treadmillers. Great stuff. Let's stay healthy. Keep our bodies in good shape as we all get older. All right, the time is now 4:54 in the afternoon. We're about to take a song break to close off the first half. We'll be back very soon, though, so don't worry. This is Autumn Dream by N Flying.
나디그 넌 내가 봤던 그때 너가 맞는지 일어날 수도 없는 일을 뒤적이는데 미안해 늦게 찾아온 널 잡기도 전에 깨어난 내 이불 속은 여전히 차갑게 미달에 난 또 그 길을 잃고 초라한 거리도 너와 다 괜찮았는데 있어 얼마나 간지 나도 잘 모르겠어 온실속 화분처럼 난 외롭고 빛을 받은 널 waiting for 우린 너무 아름답고 때론 비극적인 꿈 그 어떤 말로도 표현할 수가 없어서 눈 감아요 내게 될 수 있을까 널 어둠 속에서 내버려두기 싫은데 기억의 방 안에 갇혀있는 날 낚인 건너던 날 떠올려줘 낯익은 넌 내가 봤던 그때 너가 맞는지 일어날 수도 없는 일을 뒤적일 텐데 미안해 늦게 찾아온 널 잡기도 전에 깨어난 내 이불 속은 여전히 차갑네 말도 널 잊었던 마음도 꿈인 줄 알았는데 내게 닿은 감촉 그 뒤에 나를 감춰 도망치려 하는데 걱정마 내 모든 검정들을 버려서 다시는 감으면 날 찾아와서 깨워줘 눈 감아요 내게 될 수 있을까 널 어둠 속에서 내버려두기 싫은데 기억의 방 안에 갇혀있는
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
꿈의 가치를 생각합니다. 빛나는 아이디어로 도전하는 청년의 꿈.
새로운 기술로 시작하는 스타트업의 꿈. 더 크게, 더 높이 성장하는 유니콘의 꿈. 가능성과 잠재력에 주목한다면 꿈은 무한한 미래가 됩니다. 현재보다 미래 가치로 모두의 성장이 모두의 미래가 되는 사회. 우리가 함께 만들어갑니다. 이 캠페인은 기술 기업의 스타트업부터 스케일업까지 함께하는 혁신 성장 플랫폼 기술보증기금이 함께합니다.
Let's get some fresh air. What's going on? Why can't I see anything?
It's the yellow dust. You have to close the window. Hey, I know what will improve your eyesight. Look at more beautiful things. Like me.
Can you tell me what I actually need to do during yellow dust days?
Fine. Here are your guidelines for days with yellow dust. First, check your windows to make sure the yellow dust can't get inside. Turn on the air purifier. Second, refrain from outside activities if possible. If you do go out, wear a mask. When you get home, thoroughly wash your hands and feet. Third, fully wash any fruits or vegetables that have been exposed to yellow dust. And last of all, get plenty of water. Keep up to date on weather forecasts for the latest yellow dust information.
This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어방송.
지역 경제가 힘차게 출발합니다. 기업들이 고객을 향해 더 빨리 가려면 방송 광고라는 엑셀을 밟으세요. 경제도 기업도 더 힘차게 달려가니까요. 방송 광고의 작은 힘, 경제의 큰 힘입니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산. 잠깐만요.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Hello, my name is Ozbek. I am from Uzbekistan and yeah, I'm 20 years old.
Nice to meet you. All right, first of all, you're from Uzbekistan, but you're living here in Korea now. Tell us a little bit, what is it like in Uzbekistan?
So in Korea, there are a lot of peoples, and there's also some place where it's called Second Uzbekistan in Korea, and there are a lot of people. It's named Gimhae.
So Gimhae has a lot of Uzbekistan citizens living, or do we say Uzbek? Uzbeks living there? Okay. So actually, what is it like in Uzbekistan?
In Uzbekistan, there's not like this suns and mountains. There's not like this. There's a Hyundai beach. There's ocean, but in Uzbekistan there's not. And I liked most weather in Korea, but in Uzbekistan it's not. It's too hot. But weather in Korea it's too
moist, like rainy or humid?
Yeah.
It's too humid. Okay. So Uzbekistan is really hot. What about the winters? Do you guys have 4 seasons in Uzbekistan?
Yeah, we have 4 seasons. Every season we first in winter it's not too cold, but in Korea it's too cold. In spring we have some flowers, and in summer we have a lot of vegetables and fruits will be ready to eat, and it's in autumn it's not too cold as usual.
What's your favorite season in Uzbekistan?
It's summer because we have kind of garden. There are a lot of fruits.
And so now you've been living in Korea. How long have you been living in Korea?
It's my second year. I came in Korea 2024.
Okay. So how long do you want to stay in Korea?
Firstly, I plan to stay here for years, and after graduating my bachelor degree, I'll be thinking about going another country.
And how do you like living in Korea? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, firstly, I had some stress, but now I'm enjoying my life in Korea.
What was stressful when you first got to Korea?
Some kind of homesickness and missing my family.
And now you're enjoying it. What do you like to do for fun, or what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are going to beach and chilling my friends. I always go to Haeundae Beach, but I have never been in Gwangali.
And have you made any Korean friends since you've been here?
Yeah, I have a lot of Korean friends. I have two friends who lives in Chuncheon, and I also went to Chuncheon for traveling.
Why don't you introduce one of your friends. Tell us about your friend who lives in Chuncheon. How did you meet this friend, and explain about them?
Oh, it was winter time. I went in Chuncheon, and I was taking a bus, but it was midnight. There wasn't no bus, and I saw two people. They are always in my age, and I asked them their phone to call my friends because my phone was off, and then we shared our Kakao Talk ID, and we talked a lot. Now I am talking with them.
Wow, that's such a nice way that you guys became friends.
Yes, and they are kind of couples, girl and boy.
Ah, wonderful. And what do you think about Chuncheon? Did you enjoy traveling there?
Yeah, in Chuncheon, there's a kind of my relative who has own Uzbek restaurant, and he married to a Korean girl, and they are running this restaurant for about 5 years.
Wow. So this is your uncle married to a Korean woman?
Yes.
And how do you think that is going? Do you think the cultures match well together? They get along well?
Yeah, my relative's wife know Uzbek language, and they have a kid.
Must be so cute,
yes, right? She's so cute. I have never seen such kind of babies in Korea, but first time I saw their baby.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you to Tegan for bringing us today's On the Mic. And we had Ozodbek from Uzbekistan on the line, who's 20 years old. When I say on the line, as the interviewee. But he explained that Korea is a place that is called the second Uzbekistan, which is in Kimhae, because many people from Uzbekistan live there. And honestly, I would say that's true. I go to Kimhae to eat Uzbek food along with other food sometimes. It's got a large Uzbekistan community. Food is amazing. Totally recommend it if you're ever going to the area. But he compares Uzbekistan to Korea, and one similarity is that both have 4 seasons. Although it isn't as cold in the winter in Uzbekistan, and it doesn't have as much humidity in the summer. He said he likes Korea, he likes living here, and his hobbies are meeting friends and chilling at Haeundae Beach. He met some Korean friends when he was traveling to Chuncheon, and he couldn't get a bus, and they helped him. Also, his uncle is living there and married to a Korean woman, and they have a very cute baby as well. Sounds like he's living a great life, and we wish him all the best. And this is why we have this segment On the Mic, so we can hear the voices of all the wonderful people who live in the city. Well, everyone, the time is 5:06 in the afternoon. It is Monday. I hope you're not feeling the Monday blues, and if you are, we're going to try and fight them for the next hour or so. Now, if we have a look at some messages, thank you, Kosunim, saying this is today the time to click like. That's very kind of you, as always, Kosunim. We have Manakdo Yonganim as well. Welcome to the show, answering today's text topic. Just to remind you, today's text topic is, if you were to become a movie producer and make a movie about Busan, where would you film first? 감독이 되어서 부산을 주제로 영화를 만든다면 어디에서 첫 촬영을 하고 싶으신가요? 만학도 영은님께서 안녕하세요. 제가 부산에서 영화를 만든다면 부산역에서 첫 장면을 찍고 싶습니다. 타임슬립해서 부산에 도착한 1800년대의 조선인의 여정을 따라가는 영화로. That sounds very interesting. Sci-fi. In the past, time slip, time travel. That's very cool. So I guess they are from the 18th century or the 1800s, and they do a time slip and they arrive in today's world, or somebody does from today's world, goes through a time slip and they end up in 1800s Busan. Either way, that would be really cool, and I would definitely watch a movie about that. Hey, 만학도 영어는 get some funding and make that movie. That's my kind of movie. Keep sending your messages to pound 9050, sharp 950 to cost you 101, Kakao message or a YouTube live comment. Message me anything you like. Today's text topic, how you're feeling, or if you want to wait, because coming up next we do have Busan Quizmaster, where you have the opportunity to message in and potentially win a prize. We're going to take a song break and we'll jump right in. This is by Kai.
내가 너무 나빠서 네 맘을 전부 빼앗고 싶어져 Don't you worry 어느새 네가 내 세상을 가진 걸 You make me feel so 숨을 내쉬고 뱉어 like 경계는 넘어서 like 내 품에 널 안아 like 다른 생각은 하지마 네 곁에서 맴도는 jasmine is kind of familiar 너도 이게 잠옷일지 궁금해 내가 너무 나빠서 네 맘을 전부 빼앗고 싶어져 Don't you worry 아마도 네가 이 세상을 전부 가지는 일이 될 테니까 tonight 숨을 내쉬고 뱉어 like 경계는 넘어서 like 내 품에 널 안아 like 다른 생각은 하지마 yeah. I said yeah. I said 그들의 질투가 네 몸을 떨게 만들어 내 자켓 바닥 걸쳐 입어 my shorty That's not your 그냥 내게 안겨 원하면 날 망가져 yeah. 숨을 내쉬고 뱉어 like 경계는 넘어서 like 내 품에 널 안아 like 다른 생각은 하지마 내게 무슨 짓을 한 거야 너의 모습만을 그려 숨을 내쉬고 뱉어 like 경계를 넘어서 like 내 품에 널 안아 like 다른 생각은 하지마
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:12 in the afternoon, and it's time for Quizmaster, your opportunity to potentially win a prize by answering the quiz of the day. If you get it correct, you could be winning a coffee coupon. Now, we usually have a different theme or a different type of quiz every day. Today is Guess Who? We're talking about a specific person. Now, I have a little note from our writer here saying, Nick, your hints are not very good. People say it's too hard. So 좀 더 쉽게 해주세요. 우리 작가님께서 적어주셨는데요. 알겠습니다. Sorry, I guess I've been making it too hard. Easy is no fun. If it's too easy, there's no 성취감. There's no like, I did it, I'm smart. But you know what? Fine, whatever. I'll do it. I'll give some more hints, easier hints. We've got messages coming in. Benny Nim saying their movie that they talked about earlier that they would direct in Busan was a romance movie. It'll be fun. Okay, romance. You are quite the romance guy. I know, Benny Nim, you like your K-dramas. And they are, by design, very romantic for sure. We have Stitch Love Nim as well on YouTube live comments. Welcome to the show, Stitch Love Nim. It's quite convenient or coincidental, sorry, because the new Lilo and Stitch movie just came out. Ang PD, do you like Lilo and Stitch? You don't know Lilo and Stitch? 그 디스땡 영화. You don't know? 모르세요? Well, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's in the cinema, but I guess you're too young. I watched it in the cinema, I think. I don't know when that was. 네이세, 부산 한 번밖에 안 가봐서 아는 곳이 별로 없네요. Then you can choose that place. You can choose that place. Actually, the Lilo and Stitch movies are generally... Aren't they in Hawaii? I think they're located in Hawaii, which is, beautiful aloha beaches. So Busan would kind of fit a Lilo and Stitch movie. Anyway, besides the point. Sangyun Nim saying, I'll start the scene with one of my favorite foreign pubs or bars in Busan, such as something something and Thursday Thing. Oh, Thursday Thing. Yeah, I had good times there when I was in my 20s for sure. Haven't been there in years. And also LA Thing. Oh, okay, you go there too. I guess you know your bars in Busan quite well. And then they'd show a boy partying hard. He meets a traveling girl from overseas and falls in love. That sounds good. That would be really surreal to watch a movie set in Gwangali and to have two people falling in love in a bar that I've been to. That would be crazy. I would love to see a movie like that. We have Juliet Nim as well messaging in saying, hello everyone, handsome Nick. 안녕하세요. 기분 좋은 Monday입니다. Good to see you, Juliet Nim. A little bit later than usual. I'm sure you are working hard. Thank you for joining us. I assume we're on mute right now, so I hope you can read my lips. Cecilia Nim, impressed by Sangyun's story. I love that story. So excited. You know what? I would love to see even an independent movie. Busan has a lot of independent movies at the film festival, or even 단편 영화제도 있잖아요. That would be awesome to see something like that there. Maybe next year. Okay, anyway. It's time to go on to the quiz. Remember, you can message in at any time to #9050, 샵 9050, which costs you 101, KakaoTalk message or YouTube live comment if you think you know the answer. I'm going to give you the quizzes. Remember, this is Guess Who. We are talking about one particular person from somewhere in the world. Hint number one. This person's birthday is August the 29th. 8월 29일입니다. 이 사람의 생일이죠. August the 29th. Now, not a very useful hint, is it? So let's move on to the second hint. I don't know, PD님, I think these are too easy, these. I'll just do it. I'll do it. This person had a very signature look. And that look included a fedora hat. You know, fedora hats, they're kind of with the brim around the outside. And a white glove. There you go. This person was a humanitarian who donated over $300 million to charities during their lifetime. Yeah, so very charitable, very rich, of course, but they were rich because they were so popular. Did a lot for charities and humanitarian welfare and work. This person holds multiple Guinness World Records, including most successful entertainer of all time. That's no small feat right there, right? No, that's a Guinness World Record. Not most successful entertainer in Korea, not most successful entertainer in America or in Canada or in England. Most successful entertainer of all time, everywhere. Very, very big person, not physically. So send your messages to #9050, 샵 9050, to cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment if you think you know the answer. I'll be back with more hints very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. We're going to listen to Dum Dum by Red Velvet.
너 때문에 하루 종일 고민하지만 널 어떻게 해야 좋을지 잘 모르겠어 난 Oh baby 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 You play me play me play me play me 그 눈빛은 날 아찔하고 헷갈리게 해 내 이성적인 감각들을 흩어지게 해 Oh baby 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 You crazy 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 심장이 떨림도 날 뛰는 기분도 맘대로 되질 않죠 낭만적인 영화를 난 꿈꿔왔지만 네 사랑은 내 손에 늘 땀을 지게 해 Oh baby 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 You make me crazy 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 Hey 마네킹 인형처럼 하나부터 열까지 다 어색하지 평소같이 하면 되는데 또 너랑 보면 시작되는 바보 같은 춤 대보이 마이클 잭슨 밴난 너의 빌리진이 아냐 Don't you leave me alone 하지만 애매한 반응 난 원해 black or white 포기 못해 나의 man in the mirror Why you wanna cheat on me 난 너무 지긋지 Boy you make me scream 내게 왜 이러지 하긴 너의 말 정말 never felt so good 그건 아마 짜릿하다 못해 Washington 난 너에게서 헤어날 수 없나 봐 미워도 싫지가 않잖아 저 언니처럼 되고 싶은데 넌 자꾸 나를 귀엽다고 하는 걸까 왜 로봇처럼 하나부터 열까지 다 어색하지 어떡하지 할때 고장났나봐 너 다시는 방법도 다 까먹었어 나 눈, 코, 입 표정도 별다리 걸음도 내 말을 듣지 않죠 심장이 떨림도 날 뛰는 기분도 맘대로 되질 않죠
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. We just listened to Dum Dum by Red Velvet. You've seen, Ang PD, you've seen Dumb and Dumber, right? Dumb and Dumber 보셨죠? You haven't seen Dumb and Dumber? 들어보셨죠? You've had, you know Jim Carrey? Okay. I guess you're not a movie person. Fair enough. That's okay. We'll teach you as this show goes on. Anyway, we've got some messages coming in about what movie, because we do have some movie people, where they would film the first scene of a movie about the city of Busan. That is today's text topic. We had 1191번님 saying they would film in 초량이요. 초량은 산복도로도 많고 구도심지라서 영화 소재 거리가 풍부한 것 같습니다. 또 요즘은 북한 재개발로 볼거리가 더 많아진 것 같아요. 고등학교까지 초량에서 살아서 초량에 관심이 많아요. That's awesome. So you have it has an important place in your heart. So you want to show that on the big screen. I'm sure you would make a very interesting movie about it. And Choryang is a very historical place. It's where 이바국길 is, right? And the stairs and where people had the 깡통 도시락, the very famous stories from there. I've been there a few times. It's a beautiful place. That would be a great movie. I think. We also had 강성헌님 saying what movie they would make, saying 저는 영도를 배경으로 영도 소재 대학의 대학 캠퍼스 청춘 영화와 함께 학생에서 선장이 되는 과정을 사랑과 역경을 함께 보여주는 영화를 찍고 싶어요. Sounds like you've thought very deeply about what kind of movie you would like to make. It's a very detailed plot. I'm sure you've made it in your head. You could always film an independent movie. That sounds very nice, you know, a mixture of love and all of those things, campus couples. I like it. Thanks for your message. Anyway, we're in the middle of our segment Quizmaster. I've given you some hints about a particular person, and obviously the hints are quite maybe a little bit obvious. I don't know. We've got a lot of answers in. A lot of them are interesting answers, to say the least. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Where do I start? I have no idea where to start. Okay, we have people saying MJ, but then Sang-Yunim said Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the basketball player. You know, he is an entertainer, and he was probably one of the richest sports entertainers of all time. Very successful, right? Soy-Nim saying Neverland, which is a very good hint. Okay. Juliet-Nim saying Michael Nick. I wish I could dance and sing. Manakdoyonganim saying Michael Jackson. Maybe that's a new one. Michael Jackson. I like that one. Sang-Yunim saying Magic Johnson, another basketball player coming in there. Benny-Nim saying Sugi and Irene. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Okay. Soy-Nim saying Michael Bolton. There are a lot of good Michaels out there, aren't there? Why are there so many famous Michaels all over the world? I guess I should have been called Michael. I could have been someone quite famous, I think. I might call my child Michael. If I have a kid, it's a boy, I'm going to call them Michael. If it's a girl, Michelle. Sang-Yoon Nim says Mick Jagger. He's coming out with all of them, aren't you? You're coming out with all of them, Sang-Yoon Nim, I think. All right. Yeah, lots of people noticed that it's Where's the White Glove? For sure. That's a good one. Soy-Nim saying Michael Phelps. For sure. Let's have a look here. We have 1191번님 saying Michael Jackson인가요? 제가 퀴즈는 너무 어렵네요. Really? Okay. Maybe it wasn't too easy then. Maybe it was a little bit difficult. I'm not sure. We also have 7018번님 saying 안녕하세요. 처음 문자 보내봅니다. Welcome to the show. 반갑습니다. Saying 정답 Michael Jackson. 4pm 듀오 때랑 포열 부산 바뀌었을 때랑 많이 보냈는데 요즘 잘 안 들었거든요. 뽑아주세요. Welcome back. You've been an OG listening from the start of the 4pm duo days when I was young, thin, single, and in my 20s. Yeah, those are the good days. But these days are very good as well. Benny Nim is saying, Aigu Nick, the Red Velvet unit comeback. Oh, my apologies, because we listened to Red Velvet. I'm sorry. I like 2 Red Velvet songs. That's all I know. I didn't know. Do you know they're having a comeback? No, and Peter doesn't either. It's just you, Benny Nim. Only you know these things about every K-pop group in the world. Okay. All right then. Any more messages? Okay, well, I'll read some more hints. We've got some audio clip hints if you need them. So let's take a listen to the first clip.
I feel rejuvenated, kind of, because after working on it so long, it's so much work. A lot of people, they're used to just seeing the outcome of work. They never see the side of the work you go through to produce the outcome. And I feel, rejuvenated and happy. It's a jubilation, really, is what it is. It's like a celebration. It's like, we're done.
How long did it take to come up with,
Such a soft voice, very iconic voice. I don't want to copy it. I wish I could, but this person did pass away several years ago, quite a few years ago. So, you never want to impersonate or make fun of the deceased. Anyway, let's have some more hints. This person won 13 Grammy Awards and received the Grammy Legend and Lifetime Achievement Award. This person began performing with their... I'll say here, okay, it's a dude, it's a guy. His brothers, the Something 5, at just 5 years old. And I actually really like this group. I'd say a lot of their songs are just as good as some of his later music. Now, I don't want to say the name of this Something 5 because that would give it away. That would give it, even though it's probably already been given away, it would give it away even more. So I won't do that. This person is probably the most famous thing they have given to the world would be the moonwalk. You know the moonwalk, right? You're walking backwards, or sliding backwards, but it looks like you're walking forward. So it's quite almost like a parallax effect where it confuses your brain and you don't know which way he's going. It was popularized in a 1983 TV performance. Now, after his death in 2009, wow, so it's been 16 years, he continues to be one of the highest earning deceased celebrities every year. Of course, you know, even these days, wherever you go, you're going to hear this person's music. Yeah, okay. All right, we've got another audio clip. So let's listen to this hint. There you go. You can't just help but 들썩거리 when you hear that, right? You just kind of start moving or foot tapping. Absolute classic, addictive, hypnotic beats, for sure. 상윤님 coming in with more ridiculous answers. The moonwalk must be Neil Armstrong. 센스쟁이. You are, 상윤님. It's a good point, I guess Neil Armstrong did do the original real moonwalk on the actual moon itself. Benny Nim saying, can we hear Heal the World as the closing song? I guess in regards to this person. What? K-팝이 아닌 노래 신청했다고요, Benny Nim? Wow. You never request non-K-pop songs. That's very interesting. We'll see. We'll see how Ang PD is feeling, for sure. 고수님 saying, 이 리듬 들으니까 고요태 김종민 생각나는 건 왜죠? I guess they do have that very like upbeat, 고요태 very upbeat, poppy, kind of like hybrid trotty kind of feeling to it. 고요태 really, I like their positive songs a lot. They're really good. All right, 태구님 saying Michael Jackson. And then 림님 saying the same thing and saying 노래 너무 좋아요. Agree. Classic songs, you know, they're going to be popular for decades to come, for generations to come. I don't think I have any more hints. Our 홍 작가, not 홍 작가, I say 홍 작가. Yeah, it's 홍 작가. Why am I getting confused? 홍 작가님 messaged and said, give all the hints. 다들 어렵다고 해서요. You know, I think they're just joking. I don't think they actually find it that difficult. But I've given all the hints. There are no more hints to give. Let me think. Any more hints? You have a hint? No. He doesn't have a hint. This person had... Okay, Soynim already said earlier, but yeah, they had Neverland, which was their play park, not play park, their theme park, where lots of people went and played and stuff as well. There were lots of controversies surrounding this person, lots of law cases, and nothing really ever came to light. So this person did have a very stressful last few years of their life, I think, which is unfortunate. All right then. I don't know any more hints. My favorite song, actually, by this person is about a rat. It's about a rat, and it's called Ben. That's a beautiful song. I like that. All right, the next song, anyway, is going to be a hint, because it is by this person. We'll be back to reveal the answer very soon. This is Love Never Felt So Good by this person.
Like so good. Baby, love never felt so fine. And I died ever mine. I like you, hold me, oh baby. Love never felt so good. And I died ever good. I like you, hold me, and the night's gonna be just fine. Gotta fly, gotta see, definitely I can take it, 'cause baby, every time I love you, it's in my life, baby. Tell me if you really love me, it's in my life, driving me crazy, baby. Love never felt so good. Baby, love never felt so fine. And I die, I know mine. I like you, hold me, oh baby. Love never felt so good. And I died, it ever could. I like you, hold me, and the night is gonna be just fine. Gotta fly, gotta see, definitely I can take it, 'cause baby, every time I love you, it's in all my life, baby. Tell me if you really love me, it's in all my life, driving me crazy, 'cause baby, love never felt so good. So all we never felt so good. So no, it never felt so good. Never felt so good. It never felt so good. Never felt so good. Alright, it's fine.
Love Never Felt So Good by Michael Bolton. Or is it Michael Jordan? Or is it Mick Jagger? Who was it? Those are the answers that we had coming in, among many. We had 림님 saying, 와, 이 곡 제일 좋아하는데 들을 때마다 너무 설레요. I'm glad you enjoyed that, but then you put you. Is it that good that it brings tears to your eyes, I guess? Okay, so I've given you a lot of hints about a particular person. And I think a lot of people might know the answer. Cecilia Nim says, I was talking about movies, slightly off topic, but says, 국제시장, my friend told me in Busan they call it 깡통시장. Now, 깡통시장 and 국제시장 are right next to each other. 국제시장 is like a lot of foreigners and tourists go there to buy clothes, bags, I already said clothes, and jewelry and trinkets. 깡통시장 is next to it, where you buy like street food and the most delicious 빈대떡 in the world. You know, Haley knows what you know what I'm talking about, Haley? She knows what I'm talking about. I always go to that place. But yeah, they are very close, so it's easy to get confused. Anyway, it's time to announce the answer of this quiz. The person that we are talking about, who is a Guinness World Record holder, is deceased but still makes more money than basically every other artist alive. It is Michael Jackson. Ta-da! Yeah, it was Michael Jackson, of course. It can only be one with the famous white glove and the moonwalk. Popularized the moonwalk in the 80s. Thriller. I could name all of his songs, but there are too many. And Soinim said, 벤이 rat이에요. Yeah, rats. MJ가 동물과 교감을 많이 하긴 했더라고요. 너무나 순수한 영혼의 소유자였던 것 같아요. As a kid, yeah, he was definitely deprived of a childhood as a kid. From 5 years old, it's very well known that his father made him and his brothers work tirelessly, relentlessly to become famous. And I guess it paid off, but at what cost? Okay? All right, anyway, I'm going to tell you who the winner is. There is a winner. We're going to give a coffee coupon to 7018번님 깨드리겠습니다. Congratulations. 7018번님 축하드립니다. You get today's coffee coupon. Well done everyone who messaged in. You're all winners in my eyes. But still, only one person gets the coffee coupon. If you didn't win though, remember we have a quiz every single day, so try your luck again tomorrow and you could win. All right, so the time is now 5:38 in the afternoon. Don't go anywhere because Busan Tales is coming up next.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
The Korea Broadcast Advertising Cooperation (Ko.Pu) is offering support for the production of broadcast advertisements for innovative small and medium-sized enterprises. Up to 45 million Korean won is available for television advertisements and up to 3 million Korean won for radio advertisements. Applications will be accepted until 6 p.m. on June 2nd. For more information, please visit the Ko.Pu website. We appreciate your interest.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:40 in the afternoon, and joining me is the Tale of Busan herself.
Ooh,
Taylor.
the Busan Taylor.
The Taylor.
That's good. Busan Taylor. I used to go Busan Tattletale.
Busan Tattletale.
Because I used to do that as like a,
the goody-goody.
firm goody-goody and second child. I was like, Mom.
Yeah. The illoing kind of style.
Illo queen.
Yeah, there you go. You must have been hated the most in your family.
I definitely was.
How are you doing?
Crown. Doing well. Doing real well, yeah.
I want to ask you today's text topic because we no longer do 이행시.
We don't.
We used to love doing that. So today's text topic is, if you were to be a movie director, making a movie about Busan, where would be your 첫 촬영지?
Oh, that's hard. I do love 이기대. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, and then 오륙도. So I think I would do like a drone shot over 이기대, and then slowly pan into 오륙도, because at 오륙도 Park there are so many cats.
Oh.
And they're street park cats.
To be a movie about cats in Igidae.
Well, no, I think it would just be like a little bit of a scene. Yeah, scene setting. Just,
sounds like you've thought about this drone shot for a while.
Because every time I go there, and I like to go there for hikes, I always think, because you get some beautiful shots, but I'm like, how cool would it be if I had a drone?
Yeah.
And I could I don't know if I can fly a drone over Igidae, because it used to be a military site, which we covered in one of our previous iterations.
Yeah.
Self-PR there.
I totally remember.
I don't think you were here. But anyway, so yeah, you're off the hook. But yeah, anyways.
That, I used to have a drone for recreation purposes. I don't anymore. I stopped using it. But I bought one several years ago just for fun. And the law is, if it's under 250 grams, you do not need a license to fly it.
Really?
You can get miniature ones, which fall within that. However, filming in public places is a different issue. And if you go even near a military base, it detects it and it doesn't lift off. It physically doesn't work.
Really?
I went to
what a world.
the 사상 그 생태공원 있잖아요. And 삼락. And I tried to fly a drone there and it said, too near a military zone, take off aborted.
Where?
I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, not military zone, near Kimei Airport.
Oh, it is literally across the river.
So an airport or a military zone, it will not take off.
Because Kima is also a military airport too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you have it.
And I think that's good because you don't want someone flying a drone near an airport.
That would be an espionage issue.
For sure.
I mean, we frown upon that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, drones are great, but what's even better is the history of Busan, which Haley knows.
Right. So, and actually, we're talking about parks in Igidae. this tis the season to enjoy outdoors. And yeah, fun. I'm just like seeing my forearm only get tanner and tanner and tanner as I'm spending.
Do you want to show a little bit of the tan
it's
line?
like a fun little tan line.
Whiter.
Definitely a different color there. Oh, there you go. Here you go. Yeah. Anyways, but the lighting's really bright here. So spring is in full bloom, the full list shifting to summer. And the best thing about seasons is, of course, the sun, the beach, seasons coming up, but the food.
The food.
Oh, the food.
Yeah.
By the way, personal TMI, I'm like on a clean eating thing this week.
What does that mean?
I'm eating clean. Like I'm no added
you have to wash
sugar.
your hands first.
Well, always 24/7. But like inner, insides. So like not many refined carbs.
Oh.
Whole foods. Yeah.
Does that cause like mood swings and like downs and ups, like because you're not getting sugars and carbs that you would normally have?
빵이 너무 먹고 싶어요.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll forgive you if you snap at me. But
Bite your head off.
I'll forgive you.
You look like a sourdough bread, a loaf of sourdough bread. But what's in season is usually the best for your body, right? Whole foods, whole ingredients, and also the planet, because you don't need to schlep an avocado across oceans or whatever it is that you want to do.
Did you say
definitely,
schlep?
yeah,
What's
schlep.
that?
It means like it's slang to like ship or like kind of move
Really?
across. Yeah.
Is that
You're
your
like,
slang or real slang?
Look it up. It's real slang.
Schlep?
SCHLEP. Yeah,
Sounds
you
like a
schlep
made-up
something.
word.
Someone made it up.
I just schlepped it across the room.
You don't. That's chucking. But like
chucking.
you schlep, you like move something. You move yourself.
Interesting.
Yeah, I schlepped across Busan to be here.
Interesting.
In any case, we'll look that up later. So definitely more sustainable, definitely better for you. So I want to ask you, here's my text topic for all y'all of today. What is your favorite seasonal food? 여러분 최애 봄, 이른 여름, 지금 꼭 이건 먹어라 제철 음식은?
What I think is really interesting about living in Korea compared to living in the UK, in England, as far as I remember, there's no such thing as 제철 음식.
Really?
Because we just eat everything if we want it, we just eat it all year round. Roast dinners, pies, chips, whatever.
Not even vegetables?
Vegetables, we have the same vegetables like every day.
Because when I was in Germany,
Brussels
it was last month it was Brussels sprout season and asparagus season, and people went nuts over asparagus.
Really?
진짜 아스파라거스에 정말 약간 that's not in the most affectionate way. They're crazy about asparagus.
Maybe because 제가 장 보는 사람이 아니어서 제가 몰랐나
maybe,
봐요. That could have been the reason, but I do remember just eating the same kind of foods, whether it was Christmas time or maybe summertime as well. And then I came to Korea, and then suddenly in the summer, everyone's eating 수박.
Of course.
And then also people start eating like samgyetang. I'm like, and then strawberries come in at a different time.
It's winter. Yeah, it's a winter food for some reason.
With genetic modification, I thought we'd been done with that.
Right, but even house-grown fruits, there is 제철. I heard from someone, correct me if I'm wrong, this is 제철 house watermelon season.
Okay.
Because greenhouse-raised watermelons have just finished growing, so they're like at their peak sweetest. But in Busan, of course, we're going to be talking about some 도다리, that's flounder, 숭어, mullet, so fish, lots of fish. This is the
missed
season.
off the ultimate 제철 생선.
What is it?
방어.
아니, 저기요. 방어는 겨울이에요, 선생님.
I know.
Right. I'm talking spring, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
talking.
Oh, I know.
제철
Yellowtail.
Okay.
I know. Yum.
Oh, is it yellowtail?
Yellowtail.
There you go.
Yeah, from December to February, I exclusively eat yellowtail.
So good.
And I'm so poor.
대방어. I can't afford it.
대방어, right? That's why I'm so poor.
Take out a loan.
So poor. I'm like, Mom. But I want to cover foods and ingredients that are a little lesser known, and maybe stories that are lesser known about the foods, because foods also have history.
Yes.
So first one, you definitely know it. You've probably had it. 명란젓. The salt. I'm going to be constantly drooling this entire segment.
Okay.
Salted pollock roes.
Interesting.
Which is not appetizing.
Anytime you say any seafood in English, it doesn't sound
It's
appetizing.
like, like fish cakes.
But you say 명란 in Korean, it sounds like salty
then your
goods.
mouth is watering. So what is 명란젓? So it's, again, not appetizing, but it's the salted eggs of the fish pollock.
Okay.
It's used in a variety of fusion foods. So if you go to these hip restaurants, they'll have 명란 pasta, which is also quite good. My favorite is 명란 avocado rice. And I mean, speaking of avocados, so you bowl of rice, steaming hot bowl of rice, 명란젓 with avocados. The richness, the fat from avocados cuts the saltiness. Perfect balance. Really good.
Because I do like to salt avocados. So I guess
Right,
this would be a
people
way
do.
to salt
Exactly,
it. Yeah.
exactly. But it's widely known that this particular delicacy, people think it's from Japan. However, 명란젓 actually has its origins right here in Busan.
So how did it go from Busan to being well known in Japan?
Right, so we have to then go back to kind of the obvious one, the occupied period, the colonial period. So after the Gwangwado Treaty in 1876, that opened up the country to Japan, Japanese businesses, they came through the port, Busan port, opened up shop and started living here. And then there's actually one spot in Busan where you can see kind of history still living and breathing. That would be Namsan 창고, Namsan Warehouse in AKA Myeongtae Gobang.
Okay.
So Pollock was actually not caught in Busan. It was, at least back then, caught in the colder waters off of Hamgyongdo province, now in North Korea, of course. But then because there just wasn't land transportation, no buses, no railway to cut through the peninsula, it had to be shipped around to Busan.
Okay.
And then that was a really complicated route. So from North Korea, you ship the fish to Busan, and then Busan had Gyeongbu Railroad, Gyeongbusan. So that would now land transport it across the rest of the country.
Right.
And here's the thing. This does have a sad little history of exploitation, which started early. So Japanese businesses would hire local Busan people for cheap labor. And by cheap, I don't even mean under minimum wage. I mean no actual money was paid.
Do they pay with myeongnan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not even real myeongnan. It would be fish debris, leftover parts, including the eggs, the roe. So that's why they got paid in myeongnan-jeot.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's good. You know,
It's good now.
It's good now. But remember, like lobster used to be prisoner food because
Really?
because they thought it was like sea scorpions because it looks not appetizing. So they
Yeah.
would just give it to prisoners.
Interesting.
Right. And now it's lobster. It is like, you know, the most expensive foods.
In like 200 years, is like pondegi going to be like, you know, 별미, like gourmet?
Like it's going to be gourmet. We're going to see it in the something
The best
restaurants.
Michelin
We're
pondegi
going to
you'll
have to
ever
see. So the workers, they were pretty culinarily genius. They had to make it edible, so they would salt it. And then, of course, that had to last long. Salting it is marinating in salt is a natural conservative. It conserves it. So the recipe spread across the workers, and it was sold commercially around 초량시장. And here, on a fateful day in the 1930s, a Korean-born Japanese businessman, Kawahara Toshio, had his first taste of myeongnan-jeot at one of the markets. And his eyes opened like, boom, what is this? So he went back to Japan. That's where you schlep. He schlepped back to Japan after liberation. But then, you know, I'm sure you do too, and I do too. We kind of have cravings from our old countries back there.
For sure.
That was myeongnan-jeot was his thing. That was my Thai food. That was your I don't know what. Yeah,
Okay.
like I just want some orange pad Thai. He just wanted some myeongnan-jeot.
I can feel that. You know, I love myeongnan-jeot. I think it is like papdoduk. You know,
It is super papdoduk.
You get like you pay like however much if you get a good deal, like 5,000원 for a.
You go to one of the markets.
I have to control myself not to eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Because you can.
I know. It's
And
so
then you know what
salty
you
and
do? You
good.
eat like 2 bowls of rice because it's salty and you have to just balance it.
But not everyone shares that sentiment. Raration님 says 명란젓 무슨 맛으로 먹는지 모르겠어요. 좋아하는 분들이 많으시던데요. 고수네 못해서 저는 잘 안 먹어서.
그래서 저는 명란젓을 다른 거랑 섞어 먹으면 맛있더라고요. Like pasta and the avocado rice. 명란젓만 먹으면 조금 짭니다.
I want it now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm hungry for
Now we all know what we're having for dinner. So he began selling it in mass-produced large quantities. So that's kind of the beginnings of this company that would distribute 명란젓, the Pollock roe, all across Japan.
Okay, it's a bit of a shame that Japan and a Japanese company is, you know, reaping the commercial riches of a food that did originate in Busan.
I know. It's a shame, but excuse me, but seriously, I apologize. There's one place where
have
you
some bread. Go on,
can.
have some
I
crumbs.
know. I'm just going to eat a piece of toast. You can still see and, more importantly, taste the original OG 명란젓 in Busan.
Yeah.
And this is actually run by Donggu District. So I'll say the name, 명란 브랜드 연구소. It actually works with well-known chefs to develop unique recipes. So it's a really well-known restaurant and market in the district.
Oh,
Yeah.
It sounds legit as well, like they're scientifically engineering the best myeongnan.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we learned about this spring delicacy in Busan. Let's talk about another one.
Okay, so we're going to go to Nakdong River. We're going to go down to the river. A particular fish that not many people know about, ungeo. like
웅어.
웅어.
Sounds
So,
interesting.
right. So the riverside, Nakdong, turns into this beautiful golden yellow in May. And this is a spot where it meets the salty water of the sea, of the southern coast.
Yeah.
It's called the estuary, 낙동강 어귀, and locals call it 갯물 because it's a little muddy. The estuary is covered with reeds, 갈대, which is
Is that
why...
like 깻잎 is called 깻잎? Oh no,
No,
that's 깻잎.
it's gay like sesame. Right,
I
right.
thought I had something there. All right, then.
Not quite. So in the reeds, within the reeds, live this special fish. It's called 웅어 because it makes this like sound. It's nothing
How can you eat
close
that?
to. It's
Come
so
here.
cute. It's like so sad, particularly right now in May. And May is the season for the fish. Apparently, it's actually low in fat, so it's very 담백해. It has this clean taste. So for a clean eater like myself,
Opposite of 방어.
just for this week, I might.
Is it more like 광어?
I think it's white fish,
Yeah,
right, white flesh
less
fish.
fatty.
Right, so according to the geographical records of King Seongjong, its Chinese character 위어 is actually listed as a key local delicacy, 주요 토산품 in Busan, Nakdong area. So you actually kind of get all the oils out. So again, it is, if you're trying to get ready for summer, it's this like clean fish. So again, from Japan to China to Busan, ingredients in Busan actually played a really key role in their culinary tradition. So
Interesting.
this spring, make sure whether it be 웅어 or 명란젓 or 도다리, make sure you get a taste.
For sure. Raration님 as well saying 웅어? 그런 생선도 있나요?
저도 처음
들어봐요.
들어봤어요.
Where, because every time you go to like 수산시장 or like anywhere to eat hare, you just have like 모든 회, which is like 광어,
We
우럭.
always ask, we're like, 지금 뭐가 맛있어요? 지금 뭐가 제철이에요?
Don't they just tell you what they need to get rid of?
You gotta have some faith.
팔아야 되는 음식을 막 추천해 주는 거 아닌가?
좀 사람을 믿으세요.
Okay, I'm a little bit like 의심이 좀 많은 사람이라서.
Right.
Okay, but do I have to go nearer to the 낙동강 to?
I mean, at this point, it's not really caught in Busan anymore. It is imported, so online might be the best way to get it.
I mean, 마득도 영어는 못 쓰세요. 웅어? 처음 들어보는 물고기 이름인데. Yeah, it's interesting. We definitely learned something new. I am a 회 덕후. I love going for raw fish. So I'm definitely going to check this out, Hayley. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
A riveting tale from Busan once again. And we'll see Hayley next Monday.
Bye-bye.
All right, everyone, the time is now 5:55 in the afternoon. We've come to the end of the show. Monday is down, everyone. Well done. 수고 많으셨습니다. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so come and join me again for some more great content, great guests, and all the good music you can want to listen to. We're going to finish off now. Our last song is going to be Strawberry Champagne by Depth. The show is produced by Chong Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick, and I'll see you tomorrow.
But I guess that's just a lie.